Hello, welcome back. Another video. Wasn't going to make one so soon. I was going to leave it for a little while, but I've managed to pick up some very exciting new vinyl finds in the past couple of weeks. Just come back from a short break holiday camping, so absolutely exhausted. And anyway, I thought I would just do this quick video to show you some of the things I've picked up. It's been very hot in the UK. It's nicely cooled down now. It's a bit humid. Thankfully, I've kept my records cool and kept the curtains closed, everything closed, trying to keep the heat out. All good. Much better now. Thank you. Hope you're all doing well. I meant to say, actually, before I start, I managed to get to, I think, 74 subscribers, which I'm really stoked about, really pleased about. I'm not doing this because I want subscribers or likes or whatever, and it's still in its very early days, but I'm just sharing my vinyl journey and doing some videos to help people who perhaps want to get to know a few more records and share the love, basically. So anyway, hot weather means for me, I like reggae music. I like a bit of dub, and I showed a little bit of dub music in my last videos. So I kind of got thinking, really wanted to get this because I listened to the previous record, and it's a tribute to the Martyrs, Steel Pulse. This is a real banging record. It's I got it on Discogs, fairly cheap. I've got the Steel Pulse Handsworth Revolution, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a great album. And this one, I'm not entirely sure what year this is. It doesn't say on the back, but it's equally as good, with some great tracks, lovely laid back grooves on this. And the pressing is fantastic. Really nice. Some nice information there on the inlay. I want to say it's 86. And it will tell me if I get the record out what year it is. It is. I love that. Unseen Guests sound system. Tribute to the Martyrs. Fantastic. 1979. Sorry. But a really good, solid album from Steel Pulse. They brought one out recently, I believe. Not so keen on that one, but anyway, following on from the kind of dub reggae type scene, I took a trip down to my local record dealer, Hussar Records, who I've mentioned before, and they had a selection of dub reggae stuff that came in, and what caught my eye, which I blind bought because I really liked the cover, is this one, the Twinkle Brothers Dub Feeding Program, Dub Massacre Part 6. And I just saw this picture and thought, what an amazing photo that is. It reminds me of the 80's, sort of Live Aid, the famine in Ethiopia, and that might be where this picture comes from. It's 1994 on Twinkle Music. Very clean copy, really, really great, nice. It's very repetitive, melodic. There's no vocals on this, I don't think. Lots of stuff going on. Every track has got the word dub in it. So side one is What Is It dub, Such Is Life dub, Blood Is On Their Hands dub, You're Bound dub, Lament of a dub, Have Mercy Jah dub. Great, really easy going, hot weather music, in my opinion. Really like that. That's great. And then I saw this one, Twinkle Brothers again, and this is absolutely fantastic. There's a really good vibe. It's got more variation than Dub Feeding Program. This is the Twinkle Brothers Enter Zion, and this is a 1994 copy. Very clean as well. Again, very, very lovely to listen to. They've got a brass section on here, Dean Fraser on tenor sax. Some fantastic stuff on this. This is probably one of my favourite dub records. I just love that front cover. So I took a bit of a gamble on buying these from my local, and I'm really pleased. Really pleased. Just lovely, laid back, swinging, wonderful dub music by the Twinkle Brothers. Don't know much about dub music, reggae music, but I really like that. And then I saw this again another blind buy, and I've been doing that more recently. Just having some fun with record collecting without spending huge amounts of money. And I saw this and thought this looks really interesting. King Tubby Meets the Upsetter at the Grassroots of Dub. And it's a Studio 16 edition, 45th anniversary, fully remastered apparently. And it's just a lot of fun. Really good stuff. Really like this. It's great. All tracks performed by Winston Edwards and Natty Dread. Produced by Winston Edwards. This issue is a 2019 Studio 16 Records. I love that cover as well. But I just like a bit of dub music, reggae music. I love it. So then I decided to have a little look about and picked up this, which is still in issue at the moment, Dub Massacre by the Twinkle Brothers. And this is the first ever dub album from the Twinkle Brothers. And it contains, just reading the back here, it contains a lot of recorded material, 10 special tracks. The first track is this lovely opening vocal sequence, so Jehovah. I think I've spelled that right. I said that right, and just great. I love that cover as well. The design is by A.W. George Lawrence, apparently. Fantastic. Really like that one. Just love the cover of it as well. It just looks great. Dub Massacre from the Twinkle Brothers. Now, whilst I was down at Hussar Records, the owner said, well, have a listen to this. This is quite good. You'll know the track on it. One of the tracks on here, you'll know it. And I was like, I don't think I will. Never heard of this lot before. And the track that he was referring to is More Than Words, which I was like, okay, put it on. And I thought, oh my goodness, what an incredibly, I remembered the song, I remembered the tune, fantastic track, really nice. And he showed me the album, and I said, that's fantastic. I think it was 20 quid. But it's by Extreme, it's Porno Graffiti. And again, I would have probably bought it just on the basis of the cover. It's fantastic. Really, really good. And from start to finish, this album absolutely rocks. It's fantastic. It's got everything in it. It's just got a bit of, it's just lovely. And I can't get enough of this. It's just fantastic. So side one, Decadence Dance, which I'm president, Get the Funk Out, which is great. My kids like listening to that. And I keep telling them it's funk and not the F-bomb. And this is the 1990 copy on A&M Records, and it's really clean. But I just absolutely love that artwork on the front. It looks a little bit Banksy-ish. Really like it. So check that out. And if you look up More Than Words, it's a beautiful acoustic track, which is well worth buying the album just for that track. But it's a solid album in my opinion. So I picked up this as well. This was dead cheap, £6, £7 or whatever it was. It's back on the road. It's a collection of stuff, including Cream, Hendrix, Black Sabbath, and basically it's a double album, cheap as chips. And what I like about this, and I'm not a huge, massive rock fan, I'll be absolutely honest, but what I like about this is it's a gatefold album, and inside tells you a little bit of story about the artists. Just a little bit, just a little bit of information about the artists, what's happened to them, and I'm as I say, I'm not a huge rock. I like a bit of Hendrix. I like a bit of Jethro Tull. I bought this primarily because I like the Jefferson Airplane White Rabbit, which is a beautiful version on this. And this is a double album. I think this was brought out in '88. Yeah, '88 on Stylus Music. But if you can get your hands on this, it's quite nice. I don't do compilations at all. Actually, I don't like them at all. But as I say, this caught my eye, and the Marios at Hussar said, look, give this a listen, you'll like it. And it's really good. So, following on from that, in my last video, I think I talked a little bit about Nick Kershaw going into a bit of an 80s theme. And I picked up a couple of 80s things, which I'm really pleased about, really pleased. First of all, I picked up this Aha, Hunting High and Low. This is a copy from, what year? I'm not sure what year this one is, but I have to say, it's so clean and it's dynamic. Really, really nice. It leaps out at you. You got Take On Me. The Sun Always Shines on TV. You know, these are classics that I remember from 80s. I think it was 85, this one. Let's have a quick look at it, see if I can. Really clean. I've cleaned them and rehoused them, and sometimes I'll use the original inners and then I'll put the new inner sleeves inside the old inner sleeves. Let's have a look. Don't know. Anyway, I think it's 85, 86. 85 on Warner Brothers, yeah. Great record. Really great record. I mean, some people think that the 80s was not a great time for music. I think it depends on your perspective, really. But for me, this is an absolute solid album. And it was, again, pretty cheap as chips, really. Then I picked up this. This is still an issue. This is a brand new album. Tears for Fears, The Seeds of Love. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You know, Seeds of Love was a great track, I remember, but the album is a solid album, and it's been really well remastered. It sounds absolutely fantastic. It's a gatefold. Let's get it out. Why not? I love the inlay. Again, cheap as chips, really. 15 quid, 16 quid. And this is the 2020 Mercury Records edition. Beautifully pressed. No issues with this whatsoever. Very pleased. I then picked up this, which I haven't listened to yet. And it's Yazoo upstairs at Eric's. Nice electronic pop, classic music. I don't think they did many albums. I think they may have done about 3 albums in total. But this is a 2019 version on Mute Records. And as I say, it's still in the shrink wrap at the minute. But there's some fantastic poppy gems on this. I can't wait to get it open. The reviews of this are excellent. So I really recommend, if you're having a bit of an 80s thing, have a listen to this. It's really good. So I did pick up a couple of more secondhand records. I just fancied, I put on a Stevie Wonder album, and I was just really enjoyed listening to his voice, and he's an absolute legend. Sad, you know, he's still with us, thank goodness. And I picked up these two because I'd heard a lot of, you know, in terms of them being absolute classics. And that's Innovisions. And this is an original from 75, 76. Innovisions. Really clean. There's a bit of crackling pop, you know, it's 40 odd years old. Nice gatefold, beautiful gatefold. But I do like Stevie Wonder. I really love his music. And I've also picked up Songs in the Key of Life. With this comes with a single 7-inch single. It's over 40 years old, for goodness sake. It's 1976 on Motown, but it's a great album. There's some lovely, real gorgeous gems on this. Have a Talk with God is fantastic. Another Star, Summer Soft. I mean, just some lovely. He's such an important artist. But if you can get this, highly recommend both of those Stevie Wonder albums. Now, I also saw this, with all the controversy of MoFi. If you don't know about it, have a look on the internet. I'm not going to regurgitate it, but it's all come out now that the MoFi one steps, nearly all the MoFi records, Mobile Fidelity that is, which is an American pressing company, most of their stuff's from digital, and whereas people presumed, or they were led to believe, they were all analog records from an analog source, completely. Anyway, I picked this up, Santana Abraxas, for about 10 quid, and I wanted to see what the fuss was about. I know Mike at the In-Groove talked about this as one of his favourite all-time records, and I can understand why. It's a really good listen. There's a lot of lovely instrumentation. It's a lovely record. And this isn't a first pressing. But I just love it. This is really good. Great guitar work. Very easy going listening. Just a gorgeous listen. Very happy to have this. I have no idea if this is a good sounding pressing or not, but it sounds spot on to my ears, and I'm very happy to have that. Right, there are three more in Marky-mark's new collection, new editions. This one I haven't opened up yet. Really looking forward to having this. Dial S for Sonny Clark. I do hope this is okay. Blue Note Classic series is very hit and miss. I'm finding they have got a bit better recently, but I'm not sure where these are being pressed. I think it's optimal. Hype Sticker says audiophile vinyl reissues, mastered from the original analog tapes by Kevin Gray, coherent, 180 gram vinyl. And I'm really looking forward to listening to this. I've been streaming it for a while, so I know what it sounds like, and it's absolutely up my street. Really cool, lovely swing jazz. It's not swing jazz, but we've got Art Farmer on trumpet, Curtis Fuller on trombone, Hank Mobley tenor sax, obviously Sonny Clark on piano, Wilbur Ware on bass, and Louis Hayes on drums. Really, this is my sort of stuff. Some people say it's not Sonny's best work, but I don't care. It sounds fantastic. I went into a music shop in my local town, picked up this for about 20 quid, and it's on the Verve. The reason I bought it, it's Bill Evans, Conversations with Myself. The reason I bought it is because it's on the Verve series. It's part of the 60th Verve series label, and it's beautiful. It's Bill on his own, with a number of pieces that I wasn't quite familiar with. I think around midnight I knew about. Really good. Not a great recording. It's quite a bit of noise on the record, sadly. It's been well documented as well. Unfortunately, I've cleaned it a couple of times. It's still not a deal breaker, but hard to get a clean copy, and that doesn't detract from the beautiful music. I love that picture of Bill silhouetted there on his piano. Very happy to have it. It's not been a massive spend, but I'm just a bit disappointed with the quality from Verve, to be honest, on this one. There's a nice bit of essay on the back. Yeah, nice to have that. Now, lastly, this one, which is still in the shrink wrap, haven't played it just yet, and it's this, Little Sims. Sometimes I might be introvert. So we've got a UK female rap artist who's gaining a lot of attention at the moment. She brought out Grey Area, I think, in 2019, which I've got, which is a fantastic listen, which was her third album. I think this might be her fourth. And with this piece, she's gone all out with some amazing orchestral accompaniments, instrumentation. It's already the winner of Best New Artist Brit Awards 2022. She's also nominated for a Mercury Prize. It's not a perfect album. I don't think it's as good as Grey Area, but it's got some fantastic stuff on it. Really, really looking forward to cracking this open and playing it. I've streamed it quite a bit. There's a few things that I will say that there's a few niggles around some of the interludes. She's used like a speaking, it might be her speaking, but it's like a plush English voice doing sort of commentary, which doesn't work for me. And it's but in terms of the quality of the production and what's gone into this album, it's not almost like, but it reminds me of To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly, where she's just gone all out and is trying to sort of bring out all this self-reflection and all this kind of stuff. I like it. I really, really like this. I can't wait to get this open, and I will do later on. So I hope you're all keeping well. That's it for me. I've got a lot of listening to do, and I hope you're all keeping well. See you soon for another Marky-mark video.